Joining me. Today is January 4th, and we are going to be doing some Q&A. So we'll be doing some live tarot readings. And I also have some treasures here to share with you guys right here. So, because yesterday I found myself doing a little bit of energy work with someone, moving some blockages. So I do have my little crystals here. Actually, let me share this out so we can get started. Let's see here, because I know some of you aren't just on my YouTube. All right, here we go. Copy, link copied. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to start out with doing a little sage. Welcome, welcome. Have a seat. So here are a few ground rules for some of you. This is new. We haven't been chatting before, so I typically try to get to as many people as I can. And please be patient, as the chat, since it's multi-streaming on different platforms, will often lose the chat. I try to write your name down and mention that I'll be getting to you. I go to who I'm drawn to. So it's sometimes in order, it's just kind of all over. But here's one thing that I have learned after doing this for so many years. Is there's typically a theme of the day. So if you find that there is something that's resonating with you and that feels like that message was for you, pay attention. So, hi, I saw your comment earlier, Aqua. I just didn't get to comment on it. Rita, so this is honestly the question I get asked the most, but it's the hardest to answer. How does so-and-so feel about me? Because most of the time when I get these readings, I see what's going on in the individual's life more so than one focused emotion. If they do miss you, I'll see that. She's asking, does he miss me? From Sweden, I love it. It's someplace I'd always love to visit. I would love it. So, while you have this moment with me, while I'm getting my energy cleared a little bit, setting up my space. That's what these stones are at the top, is my energy grid. So, while I'm doing this, take a deep breath. Deep into the bottom, into the top. Fill it up. See if that doesn't help. So, I'm about to shuffle and get started. Oh, no, I guess I'm not. You got to take one out to put another in. Just saying. Where'd it go? more time. Okay. Alrighty. So we've got Rita, let's see. Rita's asking about Vincenzo. So there are a couple cards that relate to missing someone. Those are Pages of Cups, Nine of Cups. We'll see. Let's see. Does he miss you? What's up, Varsity? Is this individual in the military? Just a random question that popped into my head. Yes, the answer would be yes. I think you know that he does. I am seeing the Three of Wands, which not only does he miss you, but this tells me that he watches you or tries to. So if he's looking on your social media or checking his phone to look for you, that's this here Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is our card for watching. So he's got his eye on the opportunity, but he's just not sure. We've got the two. Okay, so we've got Six of Wands can sometimes also mean victory or recognition. So this individual wants recognition, but I don't know. I just wondered if maybe he had curious about, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm just got to point a figure into his background, but I'm seeing the Two of Swords. Right now he's stuck in the middle of his decision-making processes. He's not sure which direction he's going to go. So he has a little bit of analysis paralysis, and I don't know if he's tired or you're tired, but I feel like you're tired of emotionally exhausted from cycles, and I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, which is time. So give it some time. Happy New Year, Varsity. How are you? Is it cold where you're at? So Alicia, that is a whole lot of question for one card pull. What does this year hold for me? But I'm going to throw some for you anyway. And I'm going to use the other deck. I am Karma on deck. He does. Yes, he does have emotion for you. I'm Karma on deck at Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. If you choose to donate. For booking, visit karmaondeck.com for spiritual mentorship, coaching, or your one-on-one in-depth session. Okay, so Alicia Marty, this is for you if you're still here. Actually, let's do this like this too. Just so I can make sure I can see the chat. There we go. There we go. All right, now I can see who's... Aha! I knew it. So Raheem... Man, these guys. Hold on. There we go. I always get these weird people from another country posting on my stuff. to tell you guys to come get them readings. And then I get these messages later going, is this a friend of yours? No, they're most definitely poaching. I'm trying to get to the comment section, but because I'm streaming, it's not letting me. Hold on. This way, if I lose the chat in the stream, I can still see it. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let me come back to the stream. Alicia. Good. Okay. Thanks for your patience. So let's look and do, so I am going to do kind of a general for you, Alicia. A snapshot of right now, if that's okay. Let me show you what this looks like. All right, so when you guys get your readings with me, the first thing I do is give you a general spread, and it looks like this. This is you. This is your obstacle, recent and distant past, your goal, future, how people see you, how you see yourself, secret, and result. Now, I'm not going to go over this one by one. However, it'll give me a tone. You ready? I'll show you what it looks like, because a lot of people have one theme over another in their life. Right now, yours is love and money. All right, so here's the thing. You are worried. Okay, she says, I'm going through a divorce. There it is in the center. There's the Tower card. So love and money is your issue, like the thing that you're worried about. Things are like alternately, like weren't moving fast enough, and now things are moving too fast. You've got the Nine of Swords. If you think of a war, you've won the war, but now you must win the peace. So you get what you want out of the divorce, which I feel like trying to redesign your life right here. Five of Coins, the money's in the air. How am I going to bring it all to ground? What am I going to think of? I think the biggest thing that you're not trying, but that you're focusing on, because we don't want to try, we want to do. I think one of your focuses is emotional intelligence right now. You've got the King of Cups. So what you're hoping for is a peaceful resolution, like above all. I'm also seeing the Ten of Swords, which is a huge energy of feeling restricted, and it's in your fear section where it's talking about you're afraid of being stuck or being overburdened, because this is overcommitment. How many things are on my plate? How am I going to accommodate them all? This is what I do have to say for you, Alicia. You're going to have a whole new social group. Your money's going to improve. I mean, I feel like your money situation is going to change, and I think that's what's kind of kicking you in the gut, is worrying about how you're going to negotiate and navigate. Are you moving out of town? Not sure if you're able to catch this, but I wonder if you're moving out of town. So anyways, I see the Chariot card. So it tells us there's speed happening. So things are going to shift quite drastically in the next little bit for you. So that tension is going to just be gone in the wind. No. Okay. So the Chariot card, if it doesn't reference a move, it means intensity. So that intensity is going to eventually like flow over and kind of dissipate. All right, let's see where we're at here. So in looking at this question, when she says, what does this year hold? It's showing me that your reorganization, for sure. I see you meeting a whole new social group too, just letting you know. So Amarjot from Sweden, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm pretty sure I butchered it. What does my card hold for the new job aspect? I feel like I'm going to be looking at this in... So you just put your question in the chat and I'll catch up to you. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying to to see how else to pronounce that name, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, for job aspect, I feel like I'm supposed to be using this deck, but I also feel like it's the personality that you're thinking of, you know? Yeah, it's very easy. Fire 585. What does it say? 585. Okay, I can see it. 585. That's area code. It's one of my area codes. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, there it is. 2 of coins. So that was fun. Some 2 of coins. I do pick up that, or is it like a learning curve for you? I'm seeing a learning curve. Like, it might be a little overwhelming in the beginning, but ultimately I feel like you're going to love it. Are you worried that the pay is not enough? And is this a stepping stone for you? It feels like a stepping stone. I feel like there's a little bit of concession. Yeah, so it's new. I feel like you're not making exactly as much as you'd like. And there's a learning curve. So as you go through this next phase with it, or maybe you've been waiting kind of desperately for this money to come through. So I think that's going to be exciting for you. Just know that the learning curve is going to get you a little bit. You did it right. So I also could tell you something interesting about this job, this new career. So the reason why I asked if this is something new to you, you mentioned it was a new career, but we've got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, and then with this 8 of Swords, which is overwhelm, feeling like there's a lot going on, right? And so I do feel like this company might be a little strict, or the hours are like structured in such a way where you're gonna have to be kind of I don't know. We've got the 10 of Swords, so there's not a lot of wiggle room. I think it might be a little strict there. But I do have the Fool card. Like I said, I think this is a stepping stone and that there's a lot of opportunity for you to come out of this. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups, or Knight of Cups, both have to do with like being the new guy. And the reason why I said learning curve was this right here, 8 of Swords. So perhaps in the beginning it just might be a lot, picking up just right in the stream of things, so to speak. Hopefully that helps you. And the reason why I think things might be a little strict is we've got the Emperor. Emperor is all Aries. Curious as what kind of job you have. I have it in my head, but I'm not one to just put people's business out there. So I have the, as I do your tarot reading and tell all your secrets. But the Emperor has to do with somebody that's very direct and bossy. So that and the 10 of Swords, you might find a little power dynamic there. You have to let me know. Angela Rose. Yes, you can get a general if you're still here. Let's see who was next. And then after Angela, Patchless, I don't know how to pronounce that either. Work with IT. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the strictness that I'm feeling might be just like high security. Like it feels like, I don't know, careful. Like you have to be careful, or there's rules or strictness. You know, I felt like a big tech company or a big major something. So I don't know. Congratulations. Have fun with it. Okay, so she says, thank you. I wanted to ask about a person I'm in a separation with and have been for like 2 months. If they're coming in with communication soon, because that's what everyone and everything has been telling me. So this one is for Patchless. And then Angela, if you're still here, I've got you on my list. Here we go with Brad again. Brad says, you could use star cards so I can see Uranus. And I've been waiting for this. Here we go. Okay. He is now banned. Thank you. Even though I think it's funny. I think it's rude and distracting. So bye-bye, Brad. He's gone forever. All right. So, all right, Patch. So we've got a question about a relationship. So we're going to be using the Mystic Dreamer cards. These ones have a lot to do with emotion and moods. So we're going to find out where he sits, okay? Because she wants to know if they're coming in with communication. So for those of you that are watching, we're going to see these cards in play. We're going to look for cards that talk about communication, or we're going to look for cards that avoid it. Okay, here we go. Yes. So he's pretty shaken. He's watching you as well. So I'm seeing 3 of Wands. And you're getting a yes because timing is in play here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune has to do with divine timing. We also have the Judgment card. So what that says is there's karma involved, and I'm not talking about punishment, good or bad, etc. We have the Judgment card. Thank you, because sometimes I feel like I'm lecturing too much, but I know a lot of times people have like questions, and because I teach tarot, I always like stop, and I thought it was annoying, but I'm glad you said that, because I do love to have it so that you can keep up with what's going on and see the storyline. But here's the thing, Patch, is this individual's life has been shaken. Let me show you. We've got the Tower card. So this is the rocking the foundation. So now he's looking around at what is left and what the consequences are, right? So, you know, I just had a friend recently get back with an ex during New Year's, because he was talking about how that breakup that allowed a reconciliation, because now he knows what he was missing. He's like, I was being such an asshole. And now I realize that. And I was like super excited. But what this is like a karma, like he's playing with his consequences. But the problem with yours, Patch, is they're playing the victim. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. So we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is appearances. You were watching my Aries or Gemini reading. No, not Gemini. Aries and Taurus reading this week. It was a lot about image and what things look like in 2 different ways. One was about my integrity and my appearance, and the other one was more about I don't want people to see. So this one right here, I would hazard to say this individual is all about being not exactly the victim, but they want to paint themselves in a good light right now. So they're navigating through information and trying to figure out whatever. But I do have to tell you, they're watching everything you're doing. Like, I don't know if you're a gamer and they watch you, or if they're on your social media or what. But that's this 3 of Wands right here. Where'd it go? Yeah, 3 of Wands. So I can also tell you that they're out there pretending like everything's great. Okay, we've got the 3 of Cups. So either they're out there having a good time, or you were looking at their social media and seeing them, you know, play it off. But it's, to be honest, I don't feel like they know what they want right now. Hopefully that helps you. Sunshine girl. So, for those of you that are watching, there's only one person here. So, any genuine new love coming my way in the near future for Sunshine Girl? Is that you? You may, Perry. All right, so let's work with sunshine. Genuine love coming your way. Let's see. So in our cards, when people ask if love is coming their way, I avoid doing predictive readings. I've had somebody tell me some bullshit one time where they're like, can you imagine? Oh my God. So, which is funny, just for fun, I want to tell you this while I shuffle for sunshine. So just for fun, I had a history of abuse with a biker looking dude, with my mom's husband, okay? So we're not talking about that story. We're talking about my association with this type of individual, what they look like. Not that I'm triggered by that individual, because some of my family in Vegas, firefighter and bikers, and I've ridden motorcycle and been in clubs before. So, Jixer. So not like Harley Davidson, but I had a reader tell me one time that my soulmate was a Dog the Bounty Hunter looking dude with like a mullet. You know, she said he was a CEO and really super tall, and he had like this hair, and he was like a biker. I just can't see it. So it was like 10 years ago. So where's my biker, right? I just try not to give, I like to leave free will available, and I like to not give predictives, because I feel like that hems you in. And what if I'm wrong? What if I'm supposed to be describing the personality and not the looks, and I've got you hung up on the wrong thing? So I try to be respectful and careful. But when we talk about love, usually it'll show up if that person is already in your energy. As far as predictive goes, possibility will show up. Oh, Patch said, this is so accurate. Thank you. Yep, I saw him on social media being all happy. So the overall was a yes. Communication coming in, but I have to wait for the timing. Yes, that is right. But you can't believe everything you see with this mom right now. Isn't that funny? So yeah, so I don't like to give too much like, wait for this and whatever, like make it too damn mystical. So let's see what we got though, sunshine. We're not going to hem it up, okay? If someone's in your life right now, it'll show me. If it's going to be waiting a while or clearing something. So the first question that comes up, and it's no coincidence that I talked about that before, because sometimes it'll show us if there is a block or if there's something that we're holding on to that's preventing us from moving forward. Did you have someone that cheated on you, or worry about how people are behaving nowadays? We've got 5 of Pentacles, lack of faith. 4 of Pentacles, someone cheating. So either you had a jealous streak, or there is an apology coming your way from someone that you may or may not get. Because to be honest with you, I am seeing somebody that might come back your way and try to give you an apology. It is Mercury Retrograde coming, like on the 14th, by the way. So keep an eye out for someone coming back around to you. But I am going to tell you, were you asking if it's this year? She said, oh my God, yes. Okay, so you have, let me show you why I feel like an ex is coming back. Is this a divorce? Because in the center of the reading is the Justice card. Okay. But what I have is the Knight of Cups, the Justice card, and the 5 of Wands. So this is an apology or a request, trying to see if I can come back around. And then, of course, the Lover's card. She said, and Venus retrograde, right? So what I'm seeing is this problem, though. This will be nothing but drama. I don't know, but I was talking to Holly on Sunday when she was making jokes about me being an astrologer. I am on YouTube, but I'm pulling from the list there. I can see all of the comments at once. No, just a pretty toxic ex. Yes, so I can see that. Like, he's gonna, so it's kind of like, let me paint this picture for you. So I've got the Knight of Swords and the Justice card and the Wands, which is like, he's so judgmental. Like, the second he starts to talk to you, like the moment that you don't respond the way he wants to, he's like, well, fine, bitch, Knight. And then he starts. So I feel like you already know what's going on with that, but that energy is blocking you. So I don't know if it's because he's got possessive and jealous tendencies and he's still got a cord attachment or something. I mean, have you done any cord cutting or energy work with him? But I'm going to stick with this just a second. I want to see if we clear that, if there's something behind it coming next. I don't know why it chose to show me that when you're asking about love coming your way, but maybe it's just a warning that they're going to cycle back into your energy. And thanks for the notice, right? So the answer is yes. So love is coming your way. I have a question about your anxiety. So I feel like you get overwhelmed by dating or by the way things are done or the dating system and stuff now, right? So I'm seeing that you get like overwhelmed. Either that or you get anxiety from just the whole idea of it. Woo. So what I am seeing is the Chariot card, which is intensity. So don't be surprised if you end up having like some Scorpio energy coming your way. And I feel like it'll come right after you clear this other stuff out of the way. After the drama, because you have the Two of Cups, which is genuine love. I like that more than I love the Lovers card. And you're welcome. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's take a look around and see what's going on in my chat. Okay. Varsity, you got a question? You said, may you? Yes, you may. So, hey, Saints, I think this is a beautiful way to ask this. So, someone's healing. I'm going to talk to Hey Saints while my Varsity figures out what she wants to ask about. Hey Saints, how do we do cord cutting for ourselves? So let's talk about this. And if anybody wants any energy work or letting go of anything, I have some crystals with me today. Well, I mean, I always have them, but I've been inspired to play with it because I did some energy clearings yesterday, so we'll do some of that if anybody requests it. So how you do a cord cutting is, so we have to remember, so if any of you ever heard of the Law of One, it's some of the material that I study, raw material. So I learned recently about polarization, positive and negative, service to self and service to others. So if you ever had somebody that's like super angry with you or wanting to control, etc., if you send them love, which is, it's a great neutralizer, think of it as salt, right? So we send them love, which is hard to do when we're angry or resentful or our needs aren't getting met, but we send them love. And so that forces them to repolarize, to choose to be angry again. Think about it that way. So if they're angry and you send them a little burst of love, it neutralizes it. And then they have to choose to be angry again. And hopefully there's something else that'll capture their attention. That's the way I look at it. Because they have to take that energy to drive it back into being angry all over again or have another seed, right? But when you do a cord cutting, hey Saints, I think one of the things that's most important to remember is, yes, the individual does feel the effects. People ask me all the time about love spells. And I don't do those. They're terrible. But in cord cutting, the other individual absolutely does feel it. And what I've noticed, every time I've done a cord cutting, that individual will pivot. The second you do it, they come back around. And I think it's the universe and spirit's way of asking you whether you're committed to keeping the boundary up, because how weak are you to that? Because I've had people where I've done cord cuttings and then they're like, well, he came and he had an apology and we're back together. But that's because they lost that energetic cord of energetic vampirism where they're just sucking on all this love, pulling out all that white light and energy to heal their dark spots, and it's their source. So when we cut them off, absolutely, they're going to turn right back around. That's why it's so important to not only do cord cutting, but have protections up to be clear that this is something that we want to do. Now, another thing to remember about cord cutting is we have the element of time. So when I do my cord cuttings, I do a string and I leave the knot and cut the string at the other side and put the two ends pointing to either direction. Because you can't erase the fact that you met an individual. But what this allows is for the string to go in two different directions with the knot in the middle. You go your way, I go mine. But we can't ever untangle that knot. Not unless you want to literally do a ceremony or something where you literally pick a knot apart, where you can disentangle. So there's a lot of ways to do it. But yeah, I feel like doing it yourself is just infusing with love, like finding your core, finding that campfire, etc. There's a Brittany too, but hey, Saint, let's talk about the healing of that individual that you are asking about. Okay. Let's see how they're doing on their healing journey, and then we'll talk to Varsity. Varsity wants to know what's going on. What is happening right now? All right. Hey, Saints, let's look at this healing journey for this individual. All right, so I can see it. Hey, Saints, do you meditate? I'm feeling you in the solar plexus. Knowledge of self. Hermit card. So this person's not talking to you. They still love you. So I don't think they're doing too bad. I think they're in a place of healing still. Maybe not. So I don't see total collapse. Let's put it this way. I'm seeing the Four of Swords. So they have a desire to stop talking to you, not reach out, keep the blocks up, but they do owe you an apology. And I think that's part of the reason why things shifted. Yeah, I feel like you're making really good progress. Hey, Saint, I'm feeling activation for your solar plexus. Are you feeling like cool air towards your belly button area? That Manipura. Like cool air blowing through me when I tapped into your energy. But what I am seeing for this individual, for you, hey, Saint, is they're trying to make the best of their situation. I don't think they're on the up yet. Mostly because we have this Four of Swords where something just feels off with them. So they're not quite feeling themselves. I do think that we have the Hermit card. So I do feel like they're in isolation, probably making lists and stuff. But I know they do love you still. Very impulsive individual. And I think they might want to come around with an apology. He does owe you an apology. He said, yes, he absolutely does owe me. That's this Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is an apology or a pledge, but he just doesn't dare. Either you've cut him off or he knows better. Yeah, I don't think this individual is going to reach out. I think they know. The Empress talks about giving it time. He definitely needs some nurturing. Not too bad. He didn't go the slippery slope the other direction. So at least I didn't see him being depressed or self-destructive, etc. Varsity, what up, Bo? Okay. Does that help you? Either she's doing great with the meditation vibe because I can feel your energy. It's very warm. Very warm energy. Thank you. Friendly too. There's Varsity. All right, so your question is about Antoine. She said, what is even going on? So when did this happen? Is this new for you? This new return? Like within the last week? Holidays? I don't know, Bo. Just back in contact. Okay. Yep, he knows he owes you an apology, hey Saint. Hi, Spirit Lady. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, yes, recently. All right. So, being a sensitive, I'm just reminding you that Mercury retrograde is in the air. So, we're pre-shadow period. It goes in, so the last few days. So, just the first thing that popped into my head, Quana, what's up? The first thing to remember is we've got the shadow period coming up, and it's like what, the 7th? So, this week is the shadow period. So it goes direct on like the 14th. Just keep that in mind, boo. Varsity is the example of Mercury retrograde. Now, remember, it doesn't always mean that an ex coming back is a disaster. Let's not get it twisted. Not everybody stays an asshole. Sometimes they do improve. Oh my God, am I going to get kicked off social media? So sometimes, like, you have two choices, right? Heal it or kill it. Heal the relationship or kill it off. Revisit. That's what Mercury has, is an opportunity to revisit these opportunities to view things in a new light. Okay, Varsity, I love you. Use caution with him. Can I just tell you that because I love you? Let him show himself to you. She said, yep, Mercury retro shadow plus new moon and Cap and Venus retrograde. Okay, so he's still playing the victim game. He's still playing the emotional woe is me game. He's still coming from a sense of pride. I do feel as if he's waited enough time to see if there was any gateway for you, or enough time has gone by that he could slide back on in there. That's this Empress card in the Wheel of Fortune. The Empress is in due time. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with timing. Is he bragging about money? That's a question that I have about him. She said, a long wait for an apology to come, far too stubborn to admit it helped. Yeah. He knows it, though. So at least there's that. So I'm wondering, Varsity, if he had some money coming in, or right now I just feel like he's going to come on too hard, too fast. Like too much. Like overboard. Just let him show himself to you. And let me know how it goes. Okay, we'll see. I think he's got a little bit of pride over some money that he's got, or he's flossing a little bit. Forecast for the European Union, please. That's an interesting question. Let's play with it. So, the European Union. Let's pull the, if that was a real question. Okay, from here, I am going to pick, I'm feeling great. Pick from the list here. I keep losing some of it, so if you're still here, let me know. Post your question again. I don't mind, as long as it's not naggy. All right, so about the European Union. Zvardis Krasts. Let's take a look. And I see you over there, Fatumanu. The first card that comes up was keep watching. So I feel like they're watching, timing, intensity. So what I'm getting for this question in general, because it's kind of a large one, and of course it means something overseas, Chariot card, the Wheel of Fortune. That answer is huge. It's saying timing and opportunity. Expect there to be unexpected changes with the Fool card in play. However, it looks like things are going to find a nice resolution, or at least one that is satisfactory. What keeps happening to my... I'm seeing satisfaction. So that's the Sun card. That was a really interesting thing to play with. You have to tell me what in specific you're talking about, but this could go either way. There's a crossroads happening right now. I have to look it up now. Three of Wands. I think it's something that's some energy that's being watched daily. Why is this just popping off and on? I lost my whole Instagram. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. So we've got Michelle, are you still here? Okay, so Kwana's in here. There's this Allison West. So Jen. Kwana, I need to know if this is a love or what kind of question. Allison's a general. I'll play with that in a minute if she's still here. Oh, there you are, Allison. Okay, great. I don't know why I was stuck right there, but I had you in my energy. So we want to know about Daniel for Allison. Sorry, it said general up there earlier. Okay, for general Kwana as well. All right, Allison. Thank you for the subscriptions and the hanging out. Allison, so this is about Daniel, she said. Whew. So the first thing that comes up for you, Allison, is this individual is very independent. So we have a alpha-driven, independent, kind of dominant energy. I'm picking up that this individual is afraid of commitment in a lot of ways. They're terrified. Now, I don't know if that's afraid of momentum with their money and their finances, but we have the Moon card and fear, and I feel like you've kind of put him on notice. And I see some bad habits. And the other thing I would like to say about him is he's not everything he says he is. I would be cautious and give it a little bit more time so you can get to the bottom of what his personality's like and see, over time, you'll be able to see the truth of some of his stuff that's going on. Not good, bad, or indifferent, but I just think that the alignment with what he says he is and how he actually behaves isn't the same. I don't think he's delusional, but I think that sometimes he pads responses a little bit, because we have that 10 of cups. And does he drink a lot, or is he drinking more than you? I think he might be drinking, or something, bad habit that is causing him to have some troubles. So tread softly. Kwana said general. Let's pull these cards right here. That is... Alright. Kwana. Hey, bo. Oh, she said, met online, haven't actually met him yet. So that 10 of cups at the bottom has to do with a front. Like, you're going to find some things out, like, that don't really match, or just isn't the same, or he just isn't what he says he is, or that he thinks he is, you know. I do, Luna. You're not too far off, so hang out. Quana, if you're here, you ready? All right, here we go. So she said general. Ooh, girl. So there's a slight little pinch right here in your chest. There's worry. You're overwhelmed a little bit. All right, so let me ask you this. Are you feeling isolated right now, Quana? Are you feeling frustrated? Okay, there she is. Let's play with this. Can we let some of this frustration go? See if we can. You're like, no. So the first, when I asked you if you wanted to let this go, the first response I got was in your throat. Like a resistance right here. Like you want to cry, right? Like you feel as if you let go of your grip on this emotion, like it's a fist that you're clenching. Like if you let go of this, it's going to hurt worse, but that's not true. She said yes. So the second I asked you, you wanted to say no, but it's like, all right. So initially, let's see, I got some crystals in here. Let's see what we want to play with. Ooh. So since we went to throat, we're going to use blue. So we've got blue for you, a little baby blue, some third eye. I'm sorry, some throat chakra for you. And then we're going to do this green for heart. There we go. So I think this is green calcite, in case you're wondering. Okay. So if you're sitting down, if you can tilt your head back a little bit and open your jaw just a little bit, even just a tiny bit if you're at work, just like open your mouth. And we're going to let that energy clear to the pit. You should be feeling a cool breeze through your chest right now. It went really quickly. Find yourself some crystals to focus on honing in that energy a little bit. That went really easily. It wasn't even like a pop or anything. Now I'm feeling some clearer, like cool air through your center. All right, so you're having a very hard time, Quana, in your energy with deciding between logic and trusting your emotions. So, you know when they say trust your emotions, it doesn't mean to trust every little idea that comes of our emotions. What it means is chase the tether. So if you're angry, I'm mad at you, right? Are you really mad at that person? Or is it because you're overtired? Or is it because you're the fifth person that's asked this thing of me? Or is it because my needs aren't getting met and you're asking me for the need? So, yeah. Anyways, so you're having a hard time trying to decide between your brain and your emotions. So you have the High Priestess here, and this is a lot of trust that you're being asked to trust yourself. Curious about an individual coming back around that you're worried about because you're worried about starting all over with this individual. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. You're worrying that you're being impulsive. So if you're worrying that you're being impulsive, then impulse is on the top of your brain. Trust that you probably are. That's your higher self telling you slow down. I do feel like you want to push back on some things and get some space, so absolutely do that. Renegotiate for some time. Luna, where you at? Like, renegotiate. Say to yourself, I'm not ready for this right now. You're not going to lose the opportunity if the opportunity is for you. So if an individual is for you, but it feels like all hot right now, if I don't make a decision right now, I'm going to lose it. Well, then it wasn't for you if it's that easily superficial or wishy-washy, right? Luna, what's your question, cutes? Well, I guess it's better to ask why I can't move on from old friends. It looks too creepy. It's actually not. Sometimes I think I'm going to talk to 585 really quick. Why we can't move on from old friends, because we get so intimate with our close ones, right? We get so intimate with our bestie, and then when judgment comes up and misunderstanding, it causes us to not want to open up again. And then we sit with the judgment and wonder if they were right, or if this weird crazy things or misunderstandings have any merit. So we turn that mirror inward. And sometimes it's just a vibe. So Luna, let me know. And 585. I'm going to actually write it like 585. If you're still here and would like to ask a question, let me catch up here. So ooh, I like Chalisa's question. Oh, there you are. Okay, Luna. Bethany, my question for comment is regarding, I'm sick right now and feeling like my obligations around me aren't honoring that. Like I want to just tell everyone off and let me go through this, and then I will get back on track with my obligations. Starting yoga teaching schedule. Thank you for the donation, Bethany. All right. So all right, so we're going to use this deck right here. I'm going to pull a crystal for you too, Bethany. We're going to go with Holly's crystal, the clear one. It's got glue on it. I love it. All right, so there's a little clear quartz for white light and healing for you. All right, Bethany, here we go. I got a question for you, Luna. Are you on steroids right now? Or anything that's making your heart race? Like antihistamine or steroids? I'm just feeling like your heart's racing. Might even be just dehydration. She says so. Yeah, for when I tapped into your energy, that's what I got, was your heart racing a little bit. Okay, so perspective. She said plant tinctures, okay. It might just be dehydration because I'm picking up on you're running rich, right? Your heart's racing, you're running a little rich. So, are you finding conflict? Not even just like giant coughing energy, very hot in my chest. Yes. Okay. So, are you pissed? Like ready to walk away pissed? Don't be impulsive, because I see this as an impulsive sense, but I'm also picking up that this individual is not just not supporting you, but they're being domineering in a little ways too. Or just like running rampant. Because I'm seeing the Emperor, right? And the Emperor is all about I do what I want. And I see that this isn't new energy. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is repetition and redundancy. This isn't the first time. That's where we're sitting with this. Is this frustration is very much more about those other times, an accumulative effect. Right? It's cumulative, this behavior. So that's where the worry is in. I would recommend not making a decision right now because I feel like you want to. I feel like you want to make a decision to walk away right now, but I feel like that's exhaustion talking. my heart, right? So I just received a voice message asking me to come in and teach. If it's not the plague, just suck it up. So what I'm seeing is like you're ready to throw in the towel, but you know what's true? It's just frustration talking. And you can't serve from an extra cup, Bethany. So let's not pass on that negative energy to our other individuals. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. This is how it is right now. You have a lot of people that you're responsible to, and I love you for it. Your gift of service and the way that you lead is an inspiration. And you can't lead well if you're exhausted. So they're asking more of you. They don't really care. So in this moment, it's self-serving on the other side. So I'm not seeing support. And I do feel like this is impulsive. So you know how they run things. So this is par for the course. You're just going to have to stand your ground, sweetness. Bethany. She said, yes, that resonates. We're about to launch a new schedule and I don't feel ready yet. Oh, no shit. She says, my birthday's the 10th. Mine's the 9th. I've been feeling like all these new classes and studios will be ready to serve them after the 10th. Like, let me incubate for a bit. Love you, girl. Thank you for the donation, by the way. Okay, so let's scroll up a little bit and check out these comments. Interesting. So I can't answer really in-depth questions on this. I try not to because I will go down the timeline and spend like 45 minutes on something because this is a lot of information there. Sometimes I'm just kind of going through these to see what I resonate with or if something's coming right. Hear me. Chalisa wants to know love interest if you're here. What up, Ann? Okay, so we're going to scoot up a little bit here. Rhiannon Michelle. Oh! Fatima Unu. We were talking on, which was a general. If you're still here. Yes! Okay. So Chalisa asked her question in a way that I liked. Because she said, do I already know this individual? Because sometimes, you know, the cards will tell us that. So let's take a look. Chalisa Nicole. I was drawn to that question for some reason. Okay, good. Yes, yes. Okay. So Chalisa, Rhiannon, and Fatima, if you guys want to hang out for a second. I'm on Chalisa now, but yeah. Okay. Chalisa and love. Woo, let's try and take it from the right side. How about that? Two of Swords. Ooh, you have very high standards. You have this Seven of Wands. Like do you have a screening process, Chalisa? Where you like have a list that if you don't have this or that. But I do feel as if love is coming your way. I wanted to pull a few more cards before my ass ran faster than my mouth. Or my mouth ran faster than the rest of the cards. So I do see the Page of Cups, which is new beginnings. And that's right here. And then we have the Two of Cups, which is love. I do not feel like this is someone that is around you. You have a lot of cups, actually, in the ways that I like them, which is even more important. So we've got the Ten of Cups, which is kind of like your ideal. We've got Aces of Coins, which is a pivot point, transformation. Pages represent new beginnings. I also see a lot of fulfillment. A whole lot of attitude and emotion, though, too. So this isn't without some learning curves. But your answer is yes, based on the number of cups that are in your card. I do feel like you're tired of being by yourself and you're kind of ready. But you do have high standards, which keeps it good for you. Because you have a good screening process. Trust yourself. So that was Chalisa, and then it was Rhiannon. Will you please, Rhiannon? Makes me want to bust out singing. Type your question again for me while I'm talking with Fatima Unu. So Fatima is talking about general reading. Why was I drawn to your question over there on Instagram? Let's see. Do you feel that? She said, I went through the experience of what I don't like, but accepted. So now I'm definitely more listy. Thank you. Yes. Standards, girl. All right. So my question for you, Fatima, my love. Are you holding on to something right now that you're having a hard time processing or getting over? The first card that we have is the Tower card, which is trauma or something that was shocking or difficult to overcome. I'm seeing your defenses are up. There's some moderate drama going around a situation that's occurring. I'm seeing that you're not sure you can trust individuals around you and you've lost faith in a situation. So let's talk about this for a minute. Whew. Today's all heart chakra. I can feel that in my chest, like a pinch. There's this worry about a scenario. You're wondering if it's going to turn out to your benefit right now. You have hope. And you're worried about deluding yourself. Right? You're worried about like being fake positive. Sorry, Patch, I've got like a dozen people waiting for a first question, but you can find me at karmaondeck.com if you want to book a session. I'm not sure when I'll be back on, but I've got a bunch of people that are waiting, so. Bad energies. Okay. So, yeah. So, Fatima, the thing that you're most worried about is fear, right? So, of this scenario not shifting. I'm seeing the moon card. So, we're allowing these compounded scenarios to affect our common outlook. And you're really trying to be positive. And you're afraid that that's not enough. But trust me, that little bit makes a difference. Are you worried about your house or where you're living? Or is there real fear going on? Maybe not for yourself, but for someone else. So I do see some fear of safety, like someone that you're worried about their safety. You definitely have a big heart. That's what I can say. So moving forward, you have like a multitude of cards that have to do with love and charity. Support is present if you look for it. So you're not kind of spinning in the wind right now. Take a deep breath and center a little bit and look for support. We have this Six of Pentacles right here, which has to do with charity, support, love, tribe. So reach out. And I can promise you also with the Star card and where did it go? On the back end, I thought we had, there it is. We have the Temperance card, which is balance. So if you're patient, this is going to balance out. But I do feel like there's a lot of stress that's going on for you, which makes it difficult to process all this. Anna, are you here still? Anna. Yes, it's true. Is that helpful for you? Okay, Rhiannon, if you're still here. So feeling very low vibrationally, anything that comes up. Okay, so the first thing that came up really quickly, I kind of got stuck in a little download there. So Rhiannon said, feeling very low vibrationally, anything that comes up. And as I tapped into that, what I came up with was my conversation around depression the other day about how I had talked about this energetically, how it's kind of cycling around. It's desperate energy. People are hitting the bottom of their rock bottom now, right? We've had a crazy, confusing couple of years. It's made us question everything in different ways, plus the ascension stuff. Like, let's just leave the ascension of someone going through an awakening out of it. Like, we have all this other tumultuous stuff, everything from jobs to relationships. So it's challenging, and if people aren't fluid with or affluent with their own emotions and how to flow with them, like right now I could cry and laugh 3 times in a day because I process those emotions the second they come up because I don't want them jumping me later, right? So there is also, in addition to circumstantial energy, there is most definitely a collective that's adding to that. So she says, I'm recovering from cancer. Yes. So there's definitely an added bonus of, like, it would be like, I don't know if anybody is old enough to remember the 80s in LA where it was like gray and Vegas had the smog, but it feels like that smog, right? You go outside and it's just the tone. Everybody's nasty and grumpy, and then you have the opposite. So I'm picking up that not only are you feeling low within your own circumstance, but you're kind of battling uphill a little bit. So that's the first thing that popped into my mind with you, Rhiannon. I'm very glad I reached out and said yes. She says, I'm recovering from cancer. Do I have permission to send some healing energy your way? We're going to be using amethyst if you decide yes. Ooh, and wait. Yeah, you are. She said, I'm an empath. All right, so this is your amethyst right here. Filtered first between you and me. So if any medicine of mine is not for you, it's filtered into your viewpoint and use. Feeling that in your throat chakra. And your chest. There we go. Receive, receive, receive. Oh, all right. Click, click, boom. All right, let's feel here. So, I got you, Anna. You're next. So this is Rhiannon. So your discovery through all of this has heightened your emotions. It's brought you into a finer tuning. I do feel as if, are you having a hard time reconciling punishment with, or wondering whether there's something that you've done or that you signed up for? Perhaps it's like, did I karmically sign up for this? Because I don't feel like you did. I feel like these are after effects of a purging. Like, I don't know, did you move a little too fast with your ascension on something? I'm also picking up, there's some drama and stuff that's going on around you that's a little unnecessary that you're really wanting to put a stop to. I'm also seeing exhaustion. And what's interesting about all of this, she said, yes, yes. What's interesting about all of this is you keep going back and forth in these choices that you have. You've got like a lot of reaping to be had from this. I see you being hypersensitive. You've got the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. So I feel like this is something that has broken you open. And I can relate completely. I was in the hospital in the ICU in October, not about having cancer. Please don't misunderstand. I'm trying to say relate, but I'm trying to say I relate to the perspective. Because in looking back, I don't think I've ever experienced this level of gratitude for what I have that I wouldn't have experienced had I not thought I was dying, right? So I see a similar perspective. So your limits for other people's fuckery is like this big, right? And that's indicated here, sorry to cuss, here, where if you push back with people, it can be a little drama. So right now I see a redesign for you. Sorry to go so deep, but Spirit's telling me to stick with this for a minute. And if those of you are watching, feel any of this energy resonating with you, never forget that vibe attracts vibe. And sometimes you're meant to hear something because you're in the room. So if this is resonating with you, it's your medicine. If it's making you want to cry, or if it sounds like, yes, exactly that, that's why you're here. I call it my herd, right? The herd reading, the herd messages, where sometimes you're dialing into the radio at just the right time. 585 says it kind of does. So here's what I'm seeing is this burden. Like you're carrying a lot of shit, Rhiannon. Like you've got a lot to do and you have a lot to accommodate. I feel like you're tired, and I don't feel like this is body tired. I feel like this is bone tired. And we have this 10 of Wands, which is burden. So you're carrying all this weight by yourself, or you feel like you are. You've got the 10 of Swords, which is betrayal. People didn't honor their word to you. Their expectations, your expectations weren't met. She said, but I know if I get control of my emotions and mission, I feel I'm on the right track. Fear is standing in the way. So here's what's true. We aren't here to control our emotions. The bigger they are, the more we try to control them, like that clenched fist. So the bigger they are, the harder we have to dive into them, because you want to get to the bottom of them and let them have no power over you. Like wash them in a safe environment, wash them with, like, you know, screaming underwater if you have to. These are ways in which we prevent us from having an accumulation of emotion, so that we're just dealing with the one in front of us. That's that Ho'oponopono. What is it? Thank you. No, hold on. So, and that is a symptom too. So she's saying, I've become almost, hi Mimi, I've become almost numb with feelings. So this is apathy. Apathy is more terrifying than anger, because apathy is an absence of feeling, right? And we don't want to get there to shut down, because compartmentalization then leads to disassociation. Disassociation leads to schizophrenia, where we have split, right? We want to integrate. So what I'm seeing for you is this decision making that you have, which is the Queen of Swords, right? It's the bitch card. I'm being seen in this way, right? I don't like being seen this way, or I don't like having to behave this way in order to get communication across. There it is. If you would just listen to me when I'm being loving, I wouldn't have to slap you. So you've got this Seven of Swords where you're making the best of a situation right now. So fear is the mind killer, like Dune says, right? So switch it from fear to gratitude if you can. It's very difficult, but take it to what we're worried about. Inner child healing, yes. So maybe do some of the, or the heart chakra opening where you're doing your hands like this. And I feel like there needs to be some forgiveness too. I'm picking up kind of similar energy where it was like, you don't forgive yourself for getting sick. Because you had so much momentum and so many things that you wanted to do. So you're slightly mad at yourself. Oh, I have so much more to do now because I have all these other things to do with my health. Or in addition, some worry. There's some slight worry about things returning. Not necessarily cancer, but you're also worried about immunocompromise, all the things. Ooh, saw my love. All right. Hopefully that's helped you a little bit. You should feel a little bit lighter in here. Aw, she said I gave birth a week before diagnosis. Yeah, Ho'oponopono that, Bo. You're welcome. Much love to you and blessings, some healings. I can feel that block is cleared a little bit. Okay, so we are talking to Anna. I think she posted her stuff there. Anna. Debbie, hi from Ohio. She says, Happy New Year. Could you, there's some questions there. Bob for Anna. It's a love situation. Romantic future. I'm picking up that you're not sure if it's a friend zone or not. Are you worried that this individual hasn't given you enough cues? Anna, I am offering readings. Casker 101. She said, I'm not sure if he is interested or available. Yeah, like the first thing I'm picking up is this, like we don't have enough physical clues or cues from this individual to know. Let's take a look. Oh, but you do really like him, yeah? I'm seeing the 10 of Cups. I can just tell you that I don't think this individual is all that expressive. He might be a little bit like not PDA or not comfortable with his emotions, so he might not tell you. I'm picking up Hierophant, which is stubborn, but you really like him. He's like hits all of your, what's the word I'm looking for? Like your list. We've got the 10 of Cups. And you feel like there's a connection. I can tell you that right now I'm not picking up that he's in another relationship. I am picking up that he's undecided if he wants a relationship. I'm seeing he's undecided altogether and about a lot of things. We got the 2 of Swords, so he's fence sitting, which is never fun. To me, I like to know if you're into me right away. Like if you don't know, bro, I don't know. I'm cool on the I don't know shit. That's that whole F-boy stuff where it's like, maybe we'll see if we can kick it later on the maybe. No. That's maybe energy. And what it tells us, what's most important, is that he doesn't know himself, or he's going through a phase of flux where all of his data, information, and decisions is getting questioned. So we have this Hierophant, which is stubbornness. So he doesn't want to change in a time that's requiring him to. So he's leaning back on his old expected behaviors. I also have this 10 of Cups where he's got a front up. This is false fronts in a lot of ways. So it's telling you to take your time with it. Do you have insomnia, by the way, Anna? What up, Varsity? I love that you peek in there every now and then with a boop. Varsity, I got a question for you. Are you a mod? And would you want to be? I need a new mod. My moderator. I could really use the help. If when you're on. All right, so I think the insomnia isn't helping. Where it's, you know, it's something that's on your brain. My recommendation for you, Anna, is before bed, try not to like look at pictures or conversation, and possibly do something like a salt bath or a bath, or wash your hands with salt, burn some sage before you go to bed, so that if they're thinking of you and you're thinking of them, it potentiates that feeling. So if you wash your hands with salt or sage a little bit, then it's just your own. So it's not like, you ever been around a microphone that does like the squee of the negative feedback? It's just they kind of bounce off of one another. So I would recommend a little salt therapy there. I'm not picking up that he has any interest in relationship in general, as far as not seeing cups like dead ass being in love or dead ass with someone else. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of indicators that it's on the top of his list, secondly. But I can tell you that this card right here, the Hierophant, is also part of us knowing how stubborn he is towards showing his emotions, because it's right next to the King of Cups. He's infinitely more emotional than he lets on. Okay, I need like a 10-second break because I need to turn this fan on. I'm channeling and sweating. So if you guys want to hang on 1 second while I go open the window. I'm going to burn a little sage and let some of this heavy out. Don't leave. Okay, 2 seconds. I wish I had the... Jameson. Okay, you didn't leave, did you? Oh, good. Nobody left me. All right, I'm gonna grab my Florida water. Let's burn a little sage and recalibrate. Did that help you? What up, Hannah? It has been a while. Varsity, did you hear my question about being a mod? So hard. All right. Thank you. Let's see. I'm just going to add her. She can be a mod if she wants to be. 85 minutes. There she is. There you go, Varsity. She's got some status in the house. All right, where are we? All right, so I'm going to burn some sage. I'm not going to go back up into the... She's an old school. She kind of knows. Okay, so let's talk about salt bath really quick. Aura baths. This is so fun. So, aura bath. Go into your kitchen and think about what you would like to create, what kind of energy you'd like to bring. And as I talk about this, for anybody who's still in the room, post your question now. I'm going to start the list over. I've done like 25, so I'm kind of lost with the chat. Let's begin again while I burn this sage. We'll talk about aura baths and sage and salt really quickly. So when I talk about aura bath, I highly encourage you to use actual salt. And this is because salt is a neutralizer. I want you to think of salt as antibacterial, where like sage is your Lysol. Sage for your air. Thank you for the donation. I don't know, it just says Venmo. Okay, so salt is a neutralizer. Think about Wizard of Oz, where they dumped the water on the witch. It was salt water, brine. In history, magical items go into salt to neutralize them. So salt's our neutralizer. It's also a barrier. That's why it goes on our doorsteps and our windows to prevent entities from coming in and adding holy water, etc. So when it comes to doing an aura bath, go into your kitchen and I want you to think, okay, well, let's talk about relationships. Here's a good one. So I put fruit in mine. Okay, so it's setting intention. Ritualize everything, you guys. I mean, what I'm learning is in our society and in our lifestyle, the way that we live, most of us live in cities. It's very industrialized. And so we don't have these time frames that we would have in quiet. So ritualizing common things, small things, washing my hands now, I literally say to myself, what is it what I like to let go of? And I take, because you're supposed to sing happy birthday when you wash your hands, and now that we've got the plagues going on and all the blah blah, want to wash your hands extra well. So what I do is I think of sodium lauryl sulfate, which is the sudsing agent in soap, sodium being salt. I now associate my soap with cleansing, and I let go of whatever moment and whatever energy is going on. So when it comes to salt baths, use salt. Yes, you can use Epsom salt because it softens the skin, but absolutely use salt. Like, and use abundant amount of it, like dump it in there, full cup. So when you do an aura bath, let's say for example that you're trying to sweeten your relationship. What are we going to add? Honey, brown sugar and apples and cinnamon, peppers, honey and milk, roses, things that are sweet. If you want to do something to bring up the mood, it's orange, lemon, cinnamon, cloves. Think about what quality you want to bring into it. One day I used rosemary out of my garden because it smelled so delightful. And then come to find out, I was having a moment where I wanted to improve communication with a certain someone. And come to find out, rosemary is all about communication. Trust yourself too. Make it pretty, make it fun. Don't worry about making a mess. Gives you an opportunity to have a focus. So you take the time when you normally would have showered to take an aura bath, right? And clean yourself first, so it's just soaking, right? So you're not doing any tasks while you're in there. All right, let me take my little thing and move it. And let's see who's in the chat. All right. So Alicia McTeer was the first one to pop up. Alicia. Bella. What up, Luna? Bella Luna. She's got a heartbreak. Bray. Murray. Bray. Ooh, we want to know about ghosting. I tried to draw ghosts and it didn't come out well. Debbie. Do we put it in the whole tub? I don't have a tub. So, all right. So if you can't do an aura bath, you can do a foot soak in the same way. I want you to think of reflexology. Okay. So you can do it in your feet. You can even put a little coconut oil in there. So think about it. As you're stepping up out of the water, that oil is streaking down your body. So you don't even need lotion after these. They're amazing, especially the cream one. Try heavy cream. I swear to God, you guys got to try it if you have any left over from Christmas or Christmas cookies or any of the cooking you've done. Put that in your bathtub and you don't need a lot. 1/4 cup. It's going to be the most amazing thing you've ever done. All right, let's get to work here. As I ramble. Alicia, we're going to do a general spread for you. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? Who's hanging out with me? In the very least, I try to make it interesting. Entertaining. Florida water. Sage. Oh, I forgot to grab incense when I went out there. That's what I needed to do. Alicia. This is you. Thank you. Are you working a lot or been busy, Alicia? I'm also picking up for you. Have you been disorganized lately a little bit? Feeling a little bit as if things haven't come into alignment fast enough for you? There's a pivot for you that's coming up. I'm also seeing Ace of Coins, which this pivot is about money for you. You're very worried about turns of events that are going on. Is there an impossible move for you too? Just be aware that as you go through this next phase, I see you trying to have the best outlook for everyone in this moment. I'm seeing the Star card, which is humanitarian. You're just really wanting everything to be equitable. And I'm also picking up for you, Alicia, that you're feeling a little emotionally charged lately too. That's that Queen of Cups. So my question for you, Alicia, is what is the thing that you're most worried about? You have the Moon card, which has to do with fear about moving forward. There's some necessary things that you have to do and you're not too excited about. What are those? Because the Moon card also talks about, you know, the secret things that we don't want anybody to know. So maybe you're keeping things close to the chest. Your answer is to trust yourself. You've got the High Priestess, so that's all about instinct, intuition, etc. Bella Luna. I found out the Leo is married in Mexico. What is he thinking, please? Victor, Leo, and Judy the Cancer. I love him, but it hurts. Ah, no, baby. All right, Bella Luna. To book your one-on-one in-depth session, find me at karmaondeck.com for classes, mentorship, spiritual mentorship, coaching, and healing sessions. We can do those long distance as well. For those of you that aren't local, if you want to come up here, we can do those at the Salt Room at Breathe. To donate, it's Karma on Deck on the said platforms. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Karma on Deck. Karma Steel. Okay, Bella Luna, let's take a look and see, babes. And then Bray, sweetheart, if you're still here, you're next. Thank you for your patience, y'all. I gotta say, it used to be pretty like pushy. You forgot me, blah, blah, blah. In the all caps, I'm glad those days are over. You guys have been great. All right. All right. I want you guys to watch this, those of you that are paying attention. Because usually the cards will show us this FKRY. They'll show this behavior. I keep feeling like I gotta pull my sleeves up, but they're only 3/4 sleeves, and I feel retarded. Okay. Sorry, that's not a politically correct word. Don't beat me up. I'm old school, old lady. I apologize. Won't let it happen again. All right, there she is. Ah, she said I'll be up there next weekend for shadow work. Come see me. Maybe we'll do a meditation over at Breathe. It's incredible. I'll let you see it or give you a tour. Let me know. Okay. Bray, this is for you. So like I was saying, it'll show us 10 of Wands. So I guarantee this individual is going to play like a victim. Look at this 7 of Cups. He's got a lot going on. The Fool card. So did he have an opportunity come up, or is he an opportunist in some ways? I am seeing the Lover's card, and also the 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Repetition and redundancy. Has he done this shit before? Because I'm seeing repetition, and I'm also seeing like overwhelm. I think you beat yourself up about this. You've got the 7 of Cups, and I would have to say, I'm not seeing the Ghost card, the 4 of Swords that I expected to see. I think you guys were going further along more, I wouldn't say commitment, but I felt like you thought that it was going in that direction. And I think he totally pivoted. I'm not seeing that he's going to go completely silent. I do feel like he's going to come back around, but I'm not sure you're going to be happy about it. We've got this Lover's card. But at this point, you've got the Queen of Swords. You've got something to say about it. And now you're not sure how to navigate with this one. So what I am seeing, though, is sneakiness. 7 of Swords. Sorry, this is Bella's, not Bray. I wanted to make sure Bray was there. But so I'm seeing Ace of Cups, which is love. I do feel like this individual cares about you. But he's playing the victim. Oh, yeah, there's the 4 of Wands right here, which is marriage. But so now I'm seeing, I got 2 energies confused, so apologies. So what I am seeing, though, is that he's an opportunist. He's playing the victim. He didn't honor what he said he was going to do. We've got the 10 of Swords, which is betrayal, and he's being sneaky. And the 8 of Pentacles says he'll do it again. And loving someone doesn't mean that they're going to have good or, like, loving you, like, I can say that I feel like he's an opportunist, and I can tell you that it's not that he doesn't care. What I'm picking up is he does, but he's very selfish right now. And I feel like Bella Luna here. So that you would like to have an answer for why you feel so overwhelmed, why you feel as if you can't let it go. And it's not even anger. It's just anxiety, overwhelm, and feeling betrayed. Like, you know, you want to close the gate now. I think the thing that you really want is a big, good fight with him. And I think your access to being able to have that big blowout with him is limited. I think he's keeping you at bay. And I think you don't have enough information. Like, there's too many missing pieces, which makes it hard. Ho'oponopono, Bella. Reach out to me if you have questions about it. Some ho'oponopono. Selfishness, that's the answer there. All right, where's my Bray? Bray has to do with ghosting. All right, sorry, I've been doing this for too long. I've been chilling out. Let me know if you want to do some energy work, Bella. I think we can get to the bottom of it and clear some of your chest hurts. Just heartache. Like, I feel like you're overly emotional, like you can't get a rein them in. Bray, we want to know if Bray's boo is ghosting them. That's where I got kind of lost. Apologies, I was moving too fast. Sorry, no pressure. Hannah, you're on my list. Uh... 585, pose a question, and I'll be with you after Hannah. You're on the list, yes, but we chatted, so I kind of skipped it. All right, Bray, let's see if this ghost. So, no wonder why I was like, I don't see the Four of Swords, and I was expecting to, and I was all bragging about how I was going to see the Four of Swords, but then I was forgetting that Bella's reading was in the cards. My apologies. I do have Instagram, Karma on Deck 702. All of my social media is Karma on Deck, so you can find me. All right, really quickly, I'm dying over here. I got to turn my AC on, or my fan. Bray. So anyways, I want to tell you guys to watch the reading and let's see what cards pop up for Bray's boo to see if what he's doing. No wonder it didn't feel right. All right, clear that. So Bella, these are your yin yang. Focus on those. Some yin yang stones for you. Okay, some balance. So Bray, is he kind of charming, this individual of yours? Has he got a lot to say? Charming. I am not picking up the Four of Swords, but again, so this is like a theme for the day. A lot of you guys are taking, I mean, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take this personally? What I am seeing for this individual is the Page of Pentacles, which is impulsive behavior. So this points to immaturity. So when we look at things being immature, that's what we can expect until they reach a development in which we can expect better behavior, but that takes time. I also see the Ten of Wands for him, which I think he's going to use the excuse that something got in the way. Are you looking on social media? Or looking, like I like to call it, the social media stalking? We all do it. But I'm also picking up the Hangman. So for you as well, I am seeing a possible delay that they might just come back around with some excuses. Unfortunately. I mean, and I'm not even seeing that he's going to take any responsibility for this scenario. And I do feel as if he's ghosting. He'd rather just disappear and not say than hurt someone's feelings. And we do have the Four of Pentacles. You want to be asking yourself what kind of behavior he's had and if you can trust him. I wonder if there was a question about a third party with this individual. I'd be doing some investigating. It just stopped working right when you said my name. Uh-oh. Thank you. For letting me know there was a troll. I hate those. Like, send me your birthday. Like, you're going to send a random stranger your birthday. Sure. Okay. Found a bra in his closet. Okay, so she said it just stopped working right when you said my name. 585 is like, what is going on? So somebody was bombing my feed with solicitations, so I had to go clear it. So what I'm seeing here is the Four of Pentacles, which means that I would be worried about a third party. Or if there was doubts or jealousy. I feel like he's got some things going on or he's not being honest. But yeah, I would rewind it and listen to that. Okay, so Hannah, are you still here? And 585, it's your turn now. Post a question for me, 585, because you've just been straight kicking it. Your comments are popping up. Yes, I can see. $585 was kicking. I've got about 10 more minutes, so let's move through some of these last ones. Hannah, if you're still here. You're welcome. Casker, type your question for me. No, don't put your birthday. Well, the troll that was saying put your birthday and email me and I'll give you a reading over and over and over. It was blocking all you guys' messages. I had to go in and block them out because it was taking up the feed. So I lost a lot of attention there. Old friendships. How to move on and why I'm stuck. Are you ready for this? So, what up, Queen of Swords? So the first thing that I would say, 585, is Spirit's telling me that you're somewhat of an empath. So empaths have a tendency to feel the emotions in a room. The word empathy means I feel for you. True empathy, when we are doing energy work, so it's empathy. For example, if you've been watching me do energy work with people in the room today, I'll be like, I feel this. And that is my tapping into someone else's energy and feeling what they feel to identify and feel emotions around it. And I correlate. So what ends up happening is we become emotionally attached, entangled, and connected to individuals. And when there's a breakaway or when there's no closure, we can still feel that. And it feels like an injury in a lot of ways, where we feel lack because we were getting a reciprocal energy to and from these other individuals. So 585. When we have these energies, sometimes we're still connected to them. So we have to consciously send them with love, like whatever it is you're doing, I wish you love and wish you the best, let them go, and consciously detach from some of them. We also got to work on some Ho'oponopono, where it's like, forgive yourself for anything that you could have contributed at the moment. You did what you could with what you had, blah, 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 right? Not blah, 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 but really seriously take a moment to let these things go and not take on any judgment to ourselves about why it happened or what. I'm 52 years old and people still cycle in and out of my life, surprisingly. Not people I expected to. I mean, my riders are still there. Some of you riders are still here, bro. Varsity in the house. But people do cycle in. Ask yourself, what is it here to teach me? Did I move too fast and get too intimate? Which is the trauma bonding. Tell everybody all my stuff. They tell me all their stuff and we think we're close because we're trauma bonding and not really connecting. So look at the content of your friendships and how it is that you've bonded. Was it over an ex? Was it over a traumatic experience? Was it over, God, I hate this class. Now we're best friends. We go to coffee every day, but it's not a true connection. So sometimes, you know, we get self-injured on these things, but there are learning phases. I'm feeling like none of this was a punishment, but let's pull some cards for you. Hopefully that helps you. 585 is just totally kicking it, taking all this in today. So I am picking up that there are a couple people that you haven't heard from, that you used to be connected with. We've got the Four of Swords, which is silence. So everybody's gone ghost, gone quiet. I'm also seeing the Seven of Swords where you're trying to make the best of a situation. Can I just tell you, this isn't a judgment by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't... it's a statement, but I feel like these individuals have a lot to do. She said, yeah, so accurate. I'm a drop. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing for you though, is the Ten of Wands, which is burden. Like you feel responsible for everything. You take on responsibility for all of this. You've also got the Magician, right? Where, I mean, that tells me about a magical personality a little bit, right? But so the Seven of Swords, making the best of a situation. Knight of Swords, it's caused you to be a little short with other people just so they don't get too close. So this is the judgment that I was coming with. That sounds like judgment. When I say immaturity, I don't mean that these people are immature. I think this is their level of maturity and that you are maturing. And so what you have is this Knight of Pentacles, people that are impulsive all around you. And so you're trying to do better. So allow it to be like leaves dropping off a tree, bro. It's fine. But it's caused you to be a little bit more emotional. We've got the Judgment card. So what the lesson is here for you is to use better judgment moving forward. But you beat yourself up about it. We got to let that go. Here, I'm going to spray you some Florida water, which is a purgative for those of you that are learning about some of these new tools. This is the stuff that I teach so that you can actually have some practical stuff. Like all of this is practical stuff. I got some new... Do you guys want to see the energy amplifier that I made, yes or no? I made it yesterday out of all these little crystals that I bought at Dixie Rock. Some really powerful little pieces. And that's why, uh-oh, my camera went out. Let me fix that. All right. All right, I lost my extra camera. Okay, hold on. I don't know how I could get my camera back. Fresh. Because if I don't have the camera, I can't show you. All right, let's give it a minute. So your answer here, 585, is judgment. So what is judgment? There's a difference between judgment and being judgmental. I mean, good judgment. So all this is people being younger than you or people being more immature and selfish. Because what I have in the center here is the King of Swords, which is you having to be a decision maker here. And what a beautiful soft heart you have. Don't let the world harden you. You know, it's the other way around. We're not supposed to bully one another. We're supposed to be loving. So don't let anyone talk you out of being kind. Right? I just feel like it's the quality of people at the time. So you got to let them go. Are you feeling a little lighter right now? I can feel like a fan just went on, or cool air in the belly and chest area for you. So an awareness or something for you. Now let's see, Hannah. I was just thinking about letting go of being nice, but I just can't. The world needs the lovers. Listen, the world is hungry for kindness. It is so remarkably starving for it that when you're kind, people startle or they jump. Oh, like I had a lady look me up and down the other day because I was like, why are they bringing out pumpkins already? And she looked me up and down like I was naked. I was like, bitch, go finish shopping. Shop from home if you're going to be that nasty. Don't come outside. Rude. Hannah, Bobana, what's up? Let's see what Hannah's question is. I'm not tapping out yet. I don't feel like I'm going to quit, so just kick it. Let's see here, Hannah. Norma. Hannah, what's your question, boo? You are so welcome. Share my shit. 585. Tell your friends. Twitch is new to me, so I have a question for you, 585. Do you know Pixie on Twitch? That is my daughter. If anybody on Twitch knows Pixie, she's an artist and a competition gamer. And Yogi, that's my fam. That is why I'm on Twitch, is because she told me to. All right, Hannah, if you're still here. All right, Hannah, do you have a question? I didn't see it. Somebody bombed my feed with some bullshit, and I had to go in and oh wow, somebody's on my website from Turkey. Hey. Okay. Any messages from Spirit? Okay. Have you been getting ringing in the ears, Hannah? I'm getting super high-pitched ringing in my ears, tapping into your energy way up here. Are you hearing that? Or is it just me? I love your zodiac vids. They pop up just in time. I'm hearing super high-pitched, bilateral, both ears. Whee! For my Hannah. So, do you know what that message is? That you, my friend, are getting downloads. So that's telling you, prepare to integrate. She said they hit me. Good. All right. So I am picking up for Hannah. I don't want to do a general spread like my Celtic cross. I want to do a situational, emotional spread for you. Okay. Okay. So just me right now, but I use just you right now, but I use them to navigate. So downloads is the message that you're getting. I'm hearing them, so it's telling me that you are in balance to expect the downloads. What that means is lots of water. You might find yourself needing extra sleep or etc., etc. So your reading is this. You're a little frustrated with things not changing the pace. You feel as if the reason why that you don't have what you want right now is because you must be being punished, have done something wrong, or that you're not on the right track. So you're looking at the situations and scenarios in your life going, why? Bro, why is this even happening in this way? What I am picking up for you is pendulum swings. You're very overwhelmed by some situations that are going on around you. You're fatigued a little bit. You're just feeling as if the world is on your shoulders right now. So things are heavier than they should be. So what's our answer, right? What's our answer to this? You feel like, I'm curious also, Hannah, if you feel as if things haven't changed or if you're tired of the track that you're on right now. I don't feel, well, I want to ask you about depression. I'm going to say it. Depression, I don't feel like you're completely depressed, but I do feel like you're overwhelmed. And so have you been asking yourself, is this depression? Are you worried? Because it's that heavy of frustration where you're like, right? Thank you, Varsity. That is so sweet. Looking at some of these comments. So let me explain to you what I'm seeing here, okay? So I'm seeing the 10 of Cups for you, Hannah. And that is our... so I guess I did lose my camera. But if I mess with it, I might lose the entire feed. So I'm going to show you some of these pictures if you're still here. So this is that overwhelm and the fatigue that I'm seeing. This is the Seven of Cups here. And I feel like you're keeping a lot of this close to the chest. And this is the Ten of Swords, where I'm talking about feeling overwhelmed. So there's too much on my plate. Have you given yourself a good time? Like, are you doing obligatory good times? Like, I'm going to go to dinner, but it's not great time. Or are you giving yourself a good time that you're actually going to enjoy? Because I'm seeing that you need some fun. Like some real fun. Blowing off some steam fun. Surrendering, new marriage bumps, challenges, triumphs, surrendering. Okay. So on that new marriage note, we have the Four of Pentacles. Are you feeling jealous? Is there some question? So that's why we see the Three of Cups, which is celebrating and sexuality and chemistry. But I'm also seeing conflicts and arguments. And I'm also seeing the Eight of Pentacles. You're wondering if this is the path that you're going to be on and if it's going to shift or if it's going to keep being this difficult. But I'm seeing jealousy as part of this game a little bit. We have the Four of Pentacles, our inability to feel safe in a situation, or wondering, like I feel like your brain wanders and wonders if it's really going to be as trusting as all this. So with this new marriage question, it's just stubbornness and pride that we're dealing with. Nothing major that's going to make it to where it's shaken. Growing pains, Hannah. All right. So I'm going to take this break. I'm going to log off for a little bit because you guys don't have my camera. Anyway, I lost my Instagram a little while ago. I need to go outside and clear. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me, for being so incredibly patient with myself and with one another as well throughout being the audience for others' readings. So thank you so much for your kindness, your participation, and the energy with which you guys hang out with me. I want to thank you. Tomorrow, let me check here for you. Tomorrow, I will be doing Leo and Virgo. Someone was asking me when Leo was going to pop up. So that will be tomorrow. All right. So like, subscribe, and share. Share my stuff out. I don't do advertising. I just do word of mouth. I like it to be nice, easy, organic, and whatnot. So I'm not even sure you guys can hear me anymore because it's saying that there's not even any audio. But anyways, like, subscribe, share. Let me know how you feel your reading went. Tell me where you are in the world. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com.